Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Shmitah, Shmitat Kesaphim, going ahead and relinquishing your loans and the debts that are owed to you at the end of the 7th year. So the basic halacha is that according to almost all the poskim, at the end of the 7th year, right as the sun sets, as Shmitah is leaving, Rosh Hashanah of the next year is approaching, all debts that are owed to me, certainly all loans and possibly more, we'll discuss this in the future, Mitzvah Hashem, all debts, loans that are owed to me are relinquished, absolved. And the question is, how exactly does that work? Do I have to go ahead and absolve the people of the loan and of their debts, or it happens by itself? So Allah, certainly I cannot go after the people. If I do go after the people when Shmitah is finished, and I say, please give me back the money that you owe me from the loan, and it's ready, Shmitah, it's the next year ready, and I didn't sign a Pruzbul, which Mitzvah Hashem will talk about, and therefore the loans are relinquished, and I go after them, so I'm violating a lot. I say to go after the people, I'm violating an assay to go after the people as well. I'm supposed to go ahead and just relinquish my loans, and I'm supposed to go ahead and not go after anyone, and if I do that, I have 2 violations from the Torah. The question is, how does it work? Must I relinquish those loans and that's how they are undone? Or it's done automatically as the sun set? God, so to speak, relinquishes the loan. So it's a fascinating question. At the beginning of the year, when I go ahead and I make my fields Hefker for anyone to come in and enjoy the fruits of my field, the Shuv, the Shmitah fruits, so there the Minchat Chinuch says it's not so simple how it works. Is it I've got the Malka, that God, so to speak. He makes everything Hefker in the beginning of the Shmitah year. And even if I'm standing by my yard and I tell people, don't take my fruit, they can still come in. It's not mine. Hashem made Hefker already. Or no, I must actually go ahead and declare the fruits Hefker. And if I don't, so I'm in violation, and it's wrong for me not to declare it Hefker, but they're still mine, and you're not allowed to take my fruit, even though I'm in violation. So Minchat Chinuch brings that question down when it comes to relinquishing the land at the beginning of the Shmitah year. Now we're talking about the end of the year where I have to relinquish the debts that are owed to me. It's interesting that the Saifer, the Minchat Chinuch, does not bring down 2 sides. He says, naturally, as the sun sets, when the Shmitah year leaves and Rosh Hashanah begins for the new year, my loans are automatically relinquished, whether I intended it or not. Hashem, so to speak, takes care of it. The only thing is the Uraim, he does hold that just like in the beginning of the year, there's a concept that I must actively make my fields Hefker, and if not, they're not Hefker. So the Uraim says that shmitta is at the end of the year by Shmitah as well, and then I have to go ahead and relinquish my loans. It's not the major opinion regarding the loans. The major opinion is, most opinions say that the end of the year, all my loans are automatically relinquished. It's simply a positive halacha that I must go ahead and relinquish my loans, but they're going to be done either way. And of course, I cannot go after anyone to try to get my loans back. It is because of this, since all loans are relinquished and people were nervous and they're not going to get their loans back and they stopped lending, so therefore Hillel came along and he made what's known as Pruzbul, a special document which allows the loans to be kept even after Shmitah is done. Yes, Hashem will discuss this in the future. Shalom.